Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you enjoy videos like what's sold, unboxing videos, tips and tricks, and also what I've learned in my journey in the last 5 months since I began selling on eBay and other platforms, then you should hit that subscribe button so you can follow me on my journey and learn. Today I'm going to be doing another sold video. I'm going to be sharing with you what's sold on eBay and Mercari because those are the two platforms that sold for me in the last week or so. And the week is going to be between April 19 to today. So it's going to be kind of a real odd week. You know, I usually try to do like a 7-day period, but today I'm just going to be extending it a little bit to the most current, which is today. Today is Wednesday. And again, I'm going to be sharing also where I lost money. This week was good because I had an awesome sale, but then I'm going to be sharing two sales that I kind of went in the red. I went in the red for these particular items. I'm going to be sharing with you what happened, what it was, and where I went wrong. So stay tuned. So let's get started. So I'm going to be looking down because I'm going to be looking at my screen. I got some notes as well, so just hang tight and just bear with me. But the first item that I'm going to be sharing, I sold this item on eBay. It was this Keurig, not the coffee maker. This wrist support item that sold on eBay, and I had this item originally for $16.95. A buyer sent me an offer for $8. I accepted the offer because you know what, I don't know how long this item was gonna sit on my little store, so I didn't want it to just sit there for long, and honestly it just wasn't a big deal. So I just wanted to accept the offer. So after total cost of goods, eBay fees, and shipping, my total profit for this item was 16 cents. Yep, you heard me right, 16 cents. Should I take this offer? Should I not? But you know what? As long as I'm in the green, I'm going to accept the offer because that's an opportunity to make a sale. Let's just look at it that way. Okay, so the next thing that I sold was a book, and it's this book by John Boyne. I'm sorry, I'm just not the best with names here, but was this book that I got from the library. It was totally free because I call this my rescue book. So those are the books that are getting either discarded by the library or are just available for free for anyone to pick up. I don't know what happens if nobody picks these books up. So I call them my rescue books. So I sold this particular book, The Heart's Invisible Furies. Never read it. I'm sure it's good. Now, this is one thing that any seller needs to pay attention if you're thinking about selling books. You can always raise your price a little bit more when it has an autograph copy. If it's an autograph copy where the author signs their name. And that's something that I did not notice when I got the book. And even though there's this huge sticker that you can see there that says autograph copy, I didn't raise my price. I kind of was like, okay, this book is selling for around the price that I sold it for. You know, I got this item for free and made that little mistake of not raising my price a little more because it's actually a special copy because it has the author's signature. So, but this book was completely free. Like I said, I picked it up at the library for free. And so after total cost of eBay fees and shipping, $2.87. This book was originally $8.98. I was running a 5% discount, which brought it to $8.98. So $8.53. I'm sorry. I have horrible handwriting, I guess. I can't read my own handwriting. All right, so moving on. I'm flipping here through. So next I have these New Girls Danskin lightweight running tennis shoes for a size 7 and in little girls. And this item was on sale because I was running a 6% sale. It was originally $9.99. With a 6%, it brought it down to $9.39. This item did not cost me anything. It was free. Someone gave me these shoes during my baby's baby shower. And I'm like, do I really have to wait like 7 years before my daughter can wear these? I didn't just feel like storing them for 7 years or however long to reach this foot size. So I just decided to list it. I'm sorry. Whoever gave me that shoe, I'm so sorry. I just didn't want to wait 7 years. Like, why? It's kind of like me buying a coat that I can't wear for 7 years. Like, doesn't make sense to me. But this item again, after was $9.99. With the 6% off, it was $9.39. So after total cost of shipping and eBay fees, because there was no cost of goods, I got this item for free, was $3.71. I'm totally okay with it. It's totally a latte for me from Starbucks. So hey. Hey, it's a free latte for me. That's how I look at it. Okay, guys, so I'm going to share this big mistakes that I made when listing this particular item. So I sold these tablecloth to a buyer. There were 4 in it, so it was a bundle of 4, as you can see here on the photo. And so I had this item originally for $15.50. There was a 6% sale, which brought it down to $14.57. However, a buyer sent me an offer for $10. I got this item for free. My mother gave me this for me to list because they were just sitting at home and she wasn't using them. And so I just decided to list them. So a buyer sent me an offer for $10, which I accepted. So my profit after total cost of eBay fees and shipping was $4.17. And I wish that that's where the story ends, but it did not. In fact, I lost money on this particular item and it had nothing to do with the buyer. It was all my fault. So where do I even begin, guys? You know, when you're creating a listing, you try to find an item that is exactly the same, and then you go and click the item where it says sell similar item. So whoever created this list, or this listing, included on the title description that these tablecloth had flannel backing on them. And so I left it, you know, as you can see on the photo, the tablecloths were completely sealed and I didn't want to open them to confirm. So I just trusted that whoever created this listing was being honest and accurate about the item. So I left the title at that. Well, that was the mistake, because everything else was described accurately. You know, it was 100% vinyl and there were 4 and then measurements and all that stuff. Well, because on the description it still said that it had thin flannel and it did not. Boy, when that buyer received the package and they were not as described, you know how upset she was. And so the buyer reached out to me. She messaged me immediately, I'm sure, and told me that this tablecloth are cheap and that they don't have flannel on them like it said on the description. And so I was like, oh my goodness, what do I do? So I was like, you can return the item and I'll give you a full refund. Of course, that just like made things even worse. I just added wood to the fire. She said she is not going to be paying to return this item to me. And she even said that if I don't fix this however best that I can, that she was going to reach out to eBay for item not as described and for misrepresenting this item. And so I was like, oh my goodness, like, what did I get myself into? I should have like verified that when I decided to use someone else's listing for sell similar. And so I told the customer, you know what, because it was only $10, the customer only paid $10. So I said, you know what, you can keep the item and I will refund you 100% of your money back without question. Thankfully, the buyer still left me a positive feedback because I resolved the problem immediately. I communicated quickly, and I also refunded her 100%, and I just did not put her through the hassle of returning the item to me. Again, I got those from my mother. They were free, and honestly, I did not know. I really did not inspect the quality of the tablecloths because again, they were sealed. I did not know if they had flannel or not, but I didn't even, when I created that listing, I didn't even think to verify whether they had flannel or not. But this was just a lesson learned for me. Whenever I'm piggy banking from someone else's description, I'm just gonna make sure just not to run into this situation again. So sellers, just make sure that whenever you're piggy banking from someone else's listing, that you verify if there's any flaws, if there's any imperfections, and I'm sure you know that, but also verify that the quality is what it is and that the product is what it is and that there's no misrepresentation in the listing, because that it could be just so bad of not only losing your money but also getting negative feedback can definitely impact your status on eBay. So we don't want that. And so I was very fortunate that the customer still left me positive feedback, but I did go in the hole. Well, I don't want to say I went in the hole because I got these for free, but I still had to pay for shipping and this other stuff. So after refunding the customer, I went in the negative $6.46. So not that bad. I honestly rather take a hit like that than getting a negative feedback from a customer. So that was that, and I'm just glad that's over, because it's always so embarrassing when that happens, because you want your customers, your buyers, to shop with confidence at your store, and you want them to know that whatever you're selling is going to be described accurately and you're going to be transparent and honest. But sometimes we as sellers make mistakes. Sometimes we overlook something. Sometimes we don't revise something and not realize it, and then here we are in this situation. So I hope that you can prevent that. Let's move on. I really should be drinking water because now my throat's starting to... Let me go get some water because I'm really thirsty, and I feel like after that long spill, now my throat dried. So one moment. Okay, so I'm back. So next we have this Olay Pro Eggs anti-aging cream. This item was sold on Mercari, and I originally had this item for $26. Sent out an offer to a buyer, or to whoever buyers were liking the item, for $21. And so after total cost of goods, Mercari fees, and shipping. Wait a minute, let's rewind that please, because I use Pirate Ship, so I did not pay Mercari shipping fees. So after total cost of goods, shipping, and Mercari fees, I sound like I just said the same exact thing. Anyways, shipping has its cost, Mercari has their fees, and my total cost has its fees. So after all that is said and done, my total profit for this item was $12.25. So this was an awesome, excellent sell. I got my money back and beyond triple that. So that was excellent. Here's another great sale, guys. This is actually another awesome sale that I made on eBay, and was this LL Bean iconic barn coat. And the reason why it was awesome is because whoever bought this, the buyer paid full price. And you know, my prices sometimes fluctuate because sometimes I'm running a sale and sometimes I lower the price, and then depending on the market or whatever, I raise the price. So you know, as sellers, we kind of fluctuate our prices. But I had just raised my price for this item because I knew I was gonna run a really good sale. But anyways, I raised it up to $59.99, and a buyer paid full price. I didn't even get asked an offer. So that was awesome. And so I'm just hoping that there's no issues with this. You know, I'm just hope they don't return this item. It's a, you know, $60 coat. So after total cost of goods, eBay fees, and shipping, my profit for this item was $42.65. Honestly, hands down, this was the best sale. I'm sure it's going to be the best sale of the month. Like, I don't think anybody can top that. Sorry, my hair is like, I hate when it gets messy. So if there was anywhere where I went in the red, this is what kind of covered my cost. There would not cover my cost, but you know, it kind of like bumped me up. And I've been having this for a while, honestly. I probably had this for like 2-3 months, and I'm just glad that someone bought it. Someone from Colorado. So hope they enjoy their hiking or whatever. You're out in the woods. This is the perfect coat. So hope they enjoy it. Next, we got this Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Wash. Removes makeup. Okay, there you go. It removes makeups and impurities and whatnot. So this item, I had it listed on Mercari for $9. I sent a buyer an offer for like $8, and they accepted it. And so after total cost of goods, Mercari fees, and shipping, my total profit was $1.40. Yes, so it's a small profit. So again, bread and butter sales here. I made a video last week, so if you haven't seen it, make sure you check it out. There was a lot of bread and butter on those sales, very small sales. It was like, really, I really have to share my little profits like this as a seller? Oh well. So the next item that I have here is two. I sold this in a bundle of 2. So 2 Aveeno Positively Radiant moisturizers. I had these listed on Mercari for $19. A buyer sent me an offer for $15, and I accepted it. So after total cost of goods, shipping, and Mercari fees, my total profit was $5.98. But that's not where the story ends there. So one of these moisturizers, I got them from, I think it was my first liquidation box for personal care. And so I got my money back. I made $5.98. But notice that there's 2 that I sold. So one of them belonged to me that I had accidentally bought on eBay. So You know how, oh my goodness, I don't know why I keep making all these mistakes, you know? And I made a video, so if you haven't checked it out, 5 mistakes that I've made in the last 5 months, well, I continue to make mistakes, and this is where we learn. So this is what happened. So a seller sent me an offer on eBay, but I thought it was a buyer. You know how you get notifications about, oh, don't miss out, you know, buy this now, you're getting an offer for this item. And so I did not pay attention I wasn't paying attention if it was a buyer or a seller sending me an offer for one of these Aveeno moisturizers. So I was like, oh great, you know, a buyer is sending me an offer, you know, 12, 13 bucks, not that bad, I'm just gonna go ahead and accept it. It was a seller sending me an offer. So in order to prevent negative feedback or that I accepted an offer, now I want to cancel because I made the mistake of accepting an offer, and now I'm going back because I wasn't paying attention. So I was like, oh my goodness. This was like, I probably made this mistake about, I don't know, this was probably like a month or 2 ago. So anyways, so I went ahead and bought it from a seller, not a buyer. I went ahead and purchased this item and just decided to combine it. So when I listed this item, I listed the one that I got from my personal care liquidation box and then one that I had accidentally bought from a seller. So I just decided to bundle them up, but had someone bought it for $19 or $22 when I first started this list, probably would have made my money back. But unfortunately, because I paid full price for one of these, now I went in the hole for one of them. So I went in the negative for one of these Aveeno moisturizers, $7.51. Yep, guys. This was such an odd week. Like, I just was running into situations where I was just losing money here, losing my profit, guys. So these are some of the mistakes that I made. So again, the lesson for me is to pay attention when someone sells me an offer, to make sure that it's a buyer and not a seller. That's the lesson for me. All right, guys, so I have nothing more. This was all for me. A lot of bread and butter items, but again, I made that awesome sale LL Bean coat that was $59.99. That was the best sale of the month, and I'm happy with that. So it kind of just covered those mistakes that I made that got me in the red. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. So make sure you like the video. If you like content like this, subscribe so that you can be part of my eBay journey, my selling journey. And make sure you ring that notification bell so that you can be notified when I post new videos. And I'll see you in my next video.